Hi there. Today we're going to work on fixing nut wizards that have, well, had accidents. So this poor nut wizard, it got pretty squished in shipping. And we can see here that there's a wire poking out and that there is a gap. So there's at least an inch gap here where several wires have been smushed together. So we're going to start working on the gaps of the wires first, and then we're going to correct these problems where the wires have been bent out second. So the first thing I'm going to do is see if I can move these wires around. And basically I'm going to take my thumbs and I'm going to use some force and realign the wires back to where they originally were, or close to it. So sometimes I grab this, and then I'm going to go to both ends and try to wiggle the wire out. And then I'm going to come back, so I've got them moved over. Now, Mr. Holt, the inventor of the tool, told me that a great way of doing this is to press the wire down over to the side, and then it will pop back. And that does work fairly well. So we're pushing the wire down, and go down to the side, and let it pop back up. And so you'll see that it's already closed up part of that gap. So we're going to use this one. We'll do the same maneuver. Press down and let it pop back. And you see it's moved over. Pop it down, back up. And we're going to use my fingers a little bit and press them apart. And we're just realigning the wires back and forth. So there was a huge gap, and now the gap has closed. Now we're going to work on the actual arch of the basket. And the arch of the basket is what is so important when you're rolling the tool and picking the nuts up. Looks like we've got also a squished here. That one's not so bad, so I'll be able to just use my fingers and pop it back in place. We'll close that gap up. Okay, now we're going back to where we've got this bad problem. So we've got a bow here, and we've got a bow down here. Now I'm going to check first and look at the edges. So it looks like there's still a nice crimp in all of these wires here, so that has not been damaged. So basically we're going to realign the arch. Now I'm going to grab the wire with my fingers. I'm going to pull it out where it's depressed just a little bit. I'm going to run my finger down, up and down both sides. This particularly works well if your tool has fallen out of the back of your pickup truck. Maybe you're on your way to your mom's or dad's or siblings and you're going to pick up nuts at their place. And maybe that, your tool might have just rolled out of the back of the truck onto the road. Or somebody has come along and stepped on your tool. Or some folks tell me they run over their tools with their lawnmowers. So these are ways that you might be able to get your tool back into working condition after those kind of accidents. All right, so we've got a couple of the arches fixed. And I've still got two here that are so I'm going to pull it. So I'm pulling and rubbing at the same time. Here's another one. We're going to pull, realign. Okay, that's looking better. So this actually, if you have a little patience, you can do this. The inventor is able to fix a completely kaput or squashed nut wizard. Now I can't say that I'm that good, but I can give it a good tweaking. Okay, we've got one more wire that needs to be pulled up on this side. I'm just going to run my finger along the arch and give it a pull where it was depressed. Okay. Let's pull it up a little bit. Now that one I might have pulled too much. I've got a bend in it. So I'm just going to press it back down. Okay, now I've got one wire left in this damaged basket. Now the wires are not perfectly aligned, but they do not need to be perfectly aligned. The most important thing is that the wires are close enough together to hold the smallest object you want to pick up. So I have one wire left here that has been squashed at the bottom, so it's too far in here and it's too far out at the top. So I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to use my thumb. I'm going to press down on the wire and then pull towards the bottom. And there we go. We have a usable nut wizard again.